I'm sure a lot of you have seen this video going around of a pregnant woman getting out of her job at the hospital and having a situation in regards to a bike and some teenagers thinking that it's their bike and she's saying it's her bike. And yes, in case you didn't know, the woman complaining is a white and the other people that are complaining are black.
No, record him.
Help! Help me! Please help me!
It's not your bike.
Please help me!
It's not your bike. It's not your bike.
Please help me! Help! Please get off me!
Hey, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Please get off me!
Yo, don't let him take it, bro. Now you're not getting the bike, bro.
Hey, now you're not getting the bike.
Help!
You're not getting
Get
the
off
bike.
me,
I'm
dude.
not. No,
Why you took his phone? What's wrong with you?
stupid as something. You're not
Don't touch
touching
his
my
phone.
phone.
Do not touch his phone.
I'm not touching you. You putting your stomach on my hand.
No, dude, stop. No, dude, stop. No. I said no. I said sit down.
Please help me!
She's just crying.
You're not crying. I got
Stupid.
I got
It's
your
my
video.
bike.
Get
I'm drunk.
Wait, you pulled it out? Hey, Hassan, you pulled it out? Hassan,
I don't give a fuck.
Hassan, you pulled it out?
This is my bike. It's on my account. Please move.
All right, so why don't we reset the bike?
I'm not resetting the bike.
It's his.
on my
It's his.
Reset it. I'm gonna pull it out on your account.
You are active.
I don't give a fuck. This is my
Stop fake
bike.
crying. Just fake crying. Stop fake crying.
Hey, stop touching me. I don't touch you.
Hold up.
Hey, stop touching me. Stop touching me.
Why don't you take this bike?
Stop touching me.
I will.
Exactly. So take
Fuck out of
it.
here.
So take it.
You're stupid ass. Fuck out of here. Dumbass. Your baby gonna come out with
Wait. How you stop crying?
Fuck.
Not a tear came down, miss.
My dick.
Not a tear came down.
Fuck out of here.
And I'm certain you might have thought, well, this is right up Leon's alley. I want to hear what Leon has to say about this. I'll be interested to see what the sexiest black YouTuber has to say about this kerfuffle that took place in New York City. And I waited 3 days because that's all it took for more information to come out. While everybody was chomping at the bit saying, oh, it's a white woman in her white tears. You got people saying white guilt, white supremacy, white this, white that. She lying, she crying, she want attention, she thinks she could get away with it. All these things. But it turns out everything that people were saying in regards to this woman and how negative it was wrong. And what's weird about it all being wrong is that you have a few people who made YouTube videos about it, talking as if they knew every detail, but had to walk it back. This popped up in my fucking feed, and I'm like, what is this about? So I want to hear what this person has to say.
The Karenicity is unbelievable. Put up the picture. We got her.
The Karenicity is unbelievable. I've never been pregnant.
Her argument.
Excuse me. Why? Wait, hold on. Why is the why is the video unavailable? I refreshed the page. Excuse me. I refreshed the page. Excuse me, Mr. Indisputable, Indivisive, whatever the fuck your name is. Why is the video private? I wonder what could be the reason as to why that video was deleted. Not deleted, privated. Because surely, if you're privating a video, you must have more details crucial to some information instead of just spewing something on the internet and getting corrected by a bunch of people and not getting back in front of the camera to say, I was wrong, my bad, I'm sorry, next time, I'll just wait for more information. 25 minutes ago. And you know what's crazy? This has been a thing for 3 days. This is why I waited so long, because all these people who was making these tweets and rushing to make these videos and clips, they didn't even bother to wait. They didn't address it. No community tab, no tweet, no nothing. They just delete shit. But at least I could give indisputable Rashard Ritchie just a little bit of a tip of the cap. Now I want to hear what he got to say. What I need from this dude is an I'm sorry. My bad. My mistake for jumping the gun. That's what I need from him. At this exact, I need this at some point in this video. I better hear that.
they were in fact a victim, they should come forward to local authorities.
They're not gonna do
So
that.
let me contextualize this properly, okay?
You can't contextualize it. You got it wrong, you stupid fuck. Oh my God. You can't contextualize it. You wrong. The Karenicity. What happened to the Karenicity? What's that other one people be saying? The Caucasity. What happened to all that? What happened to all? Now you want to contextualize? Now you want to use big words to sound like you an actual news anchor? Stop this. Enough.
By the time we reported on this video, well, there was no actual statement yet from the other side.
That's crazy. You reacted to that. You didn't wait. And when statements came out, nobody in your camp said, all right, we're going to push this back. We're going to pull it back. Ain't it crazy? Because I had this fucking YouTube video pulled up for a full day. I had this up for a day, and I'm like, I'm going to live stream this. I'm going to make sure everybody see this. I didn't update it. I didn't press refresh, nothing. Y'all saw it live. The video is private. Oops.
If it is true, it does prove, in my opinion, that Ms. Comrie had a good faith belief that she, in fact, had a right to the bike. But that doesn't mean...
You know what's crazy? I don't think someone thinks they have a right to a bike. If they got receipts, that's their bike. They paid to use it. In the story. There is no belief to a right. If there is documentation via 2 receipts, shut the fuck up. Black people do this thing where they see something on the internet and they think it's 100% what they think it is. And then once a day goes by and more evidence comes out, now it's, well, now we got to be investigative journalists to understand the complexities of the situation. No. How about instead, y'all just see it, have a little reaction, but don't put all your chips in a basket, or you'll be like that dumbass. Why? That dumbass spent all that time talking about the Karenicity and is now saying, oh, well, we don't really know the belief and the rights one has to a bike, even though there's documentation that proves this person who paid for that bike had a right to that bike. And after getting bullied out of the bike, has another receipt for another one.
So the New York Post did an article on this situation, and there were a couple of people who were very excited to send it to me because New York City Hospital Karen paid for a city bike at center of viral video with black man. You know, they sent it with messages like, misinformation, and you didn't know the whole story, and you see, proof. Some of y'all, it's very clear, don't read beyond clickbaity titles. Because I read this article, and let's discuss what's in it. So it tells us that she's retained an attorney, and that attorney allegedly provided receipts to the New York Post, proving that she had paid for the bike. Only here's the thing. I'm certain that those receipts have timestamps on them. You know what doesn't have a timestamp on it? The video itself. Like, how do we know that those receipts exactly coincide with this situation as it happened? See, the story was she paid for it on the app, and then she went and pulled the bike out of the rack, and then 5 men appeared out of nowhere, and one of them grabbed the bike, pushing it back into the rack so it locked, and then was claiming he paid for the bike. And she's saying she paid for the bike, not him. We don't have evidence that either one of them are absolutely the purchaser of the bike. All we have is a video, and I see a bunch of things in that video. You know what I don't see in that video, however? I don't see her ever claim she paid for the bike. Like, if I buy something and I go to grab it and someone else grabs it and says they paid for it, my response is, no, I paid for it. And we probably go back and forth about that. That man claims 8 to 10 times in the video that he paid for it, it's on his account. And all she ever says is, help, help. I mean, she has no problem informing him that she's pregnant. My fetus, you're touching my fetus. But never does she say, I paid for this bike. Not even when other people come around. Wouldn't she go, I paid for this bike. Here's the app. On the app, it should say like a serial number, right? Assigned to the bike that she unlocked. Wouldn't it be easy to go, 2497, 2497. I paid for this bike, but she doesn't do that. Instead, she goes until the fake tears don't work, and then she goes, whatever, take it, and walks away. And then the article answers this question. There's a second receipt where she rented her next bike. So there was other bikes available, despite that show she put on. Yeah, the math of her story just isn't mathing for me. Funny enough, those same people, none of them sent me this article that states New York hospitals have put her on leave. I think maybe her math ain't mathing for them either.
Help me. When there's a conflict over a bicycle.
Well, you know, not only is it a woman, but it's a pregnant woman having to try to de-escalate a situation after a 12-hour shift. So yeah, I'm not surprised she'd ask for help.
In the middle of the street, and there's a young black male next to you, that could be a very dangerous situation for something that's basically a civil dispute. So while I will absolutely continue to update this story as the facts prevail,
I need you to apologize.
I will say there's a wisdom to being civil in all cases.
The Karenicity! What about the Karenicity? You talk about being civil, fuck civil. Let this shit rock, the Karenicity.
And lastly, as I said before,
Apologize.
her good faith belief does not negate their good faith belief that they were in the right too. All right.
Shut up! Apologize! There's like 2 minutes, there's like a minute and like 30 seconds left. Place your bets. Is he gonna apologize? You even had people still, as I'm recording this, not walking it back at all and not getting rid of any evidence that proves they was spouting a bunch of nonsense.
You know,
Oh my God. They let the dumb shit rock. Hold on. Should I check the channel? Shut up, bitch. Hold on. This is day 3. The last dude came out with a video 25 minutes ago. We saw that. Hold on. First batch of Nigerians wearing Hanukkah, Hakuna Matata, Biden, Miami workers, gay bill. I'm not seeing no retraction. Go to the community tab. I'm not seeing a retraction. And this is African Dysphoria News.
you know, for a while there, I thought the Karens were a thing of the past because we haven't heard a lot about Karens lately, right? So I thought maybe they were getting their act together. But that's not the case. There's a white woman by the name of Svetlana Fontaine in New York City who is a physician's assistant at New York City Health Hospitals and Bellevue Hospital. Well, she decided to yell out to the police and cry in horror as she tried to steal a black boy's bike that
Steal? Woo. That's a strong claim there. You idiots never learn. Y'all fail at every opportunity it takes for you to actually sit back and wait for more information. I understand. I truly do. You want to be the first person to get it out there. You want to be the first person that has the hot take. You want to be the first person to have the news out there so you can get the views, the likes, the retweets, the bookmarks, all them things. I understand that. But I would rather wait instead of chomping at the bit so that I don't have to get back on camera and spout a bunch of nonsense saying things like, even though this woman might have had these receipts, these boys still have a right to that bike. It's absolutely nonsensical. And that's the reason why a lot of these people are not credible. I've said it. I don't know how many times. It is odd how people go to school for journalism and they get outwitted by me, a dude in a bonnet, a black Naruto long sleeve shirt, and purple shorts. It is odd how easy it is to be credible on the internet. All you gotta do is just sit back. 3 days, not even 3, I think it was 2 days for information to come out to completely debunk all this white guilt, white crying nonsense. I understand y'all want to have something to talk about, but at least when you do that, have it be something truthful and not a bunch of BS rhetoric. Don't have it be something to where people are going to sit there and say, well, it's obviously a situation where these boys could have been hurt because this woman who is pregnant and getting off of a 12-hour shift is crying out for help. I'm sorry, I don't have a vagina. I don't know a lot about women. I do know where the clitoris is, but on the tier list of women screaming out for help, it don't matter the ethnicity or the skin color. If it's pregnant woman, that is on top of the hierarchy in terms of people screaming for help. Why? Because they got something in their stomach they want to keep safe, and the stress of pregnancy puts them in situations they really don't even want to be in. So while we're going around crying about why is somebody asking for help, make sure you add that element to it also. But to end it on any note, it is this. If you are somebody who wants to be credible, shut your dumb ass up and fucking wait for more information. Because these idiots who spend time letting you know white bad, black victim, they don't take the time to say the black people sometimes are an issue because we gotta fight for the people. But anyways, subscribe to the channel. I would love to know your thoughts about what I've shown you in the comments down below. Subscribe to that live streaming channel because that's where all those funny clips came from. I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.